Hello everyone! Welcome to week 1 Agricorps. I'm Jay Johnson. I am the youth programs coordinator.
I'm Maddie. I'm one of the youth education interns.
And I'm Marley. I'm the other youth education intern.
So this week 1, we're going to focus on germination. But before we get into the activities, we're going to show the resources that are in the box.
Alright, so in front of us we have the Germination 101 infographic. It should be in your resource folder in Edmodo. So let's talk about what germination is. So germination is the start of a plant from seed. It needs the right conditions, the right temperature, sunlight, moisture, and air. The next part is the cotyledon. This provides energy for the first leaves of the plant. Then depending on what type of seed you have, you could have either 1 or 2 cotyledons. The next part is the seed coat, which is the outer shell that protects the embryo. Also, the seed coat can detect if there are the right conditions for the seed to start. The last part is the embryo, and it forms the early plant roots and stems and leaves. This is a picture of a bean seed cut in half. And it labels all the parts of the seed so you can just get a better picture of what they look like within the seed.
So our first activity is called Germination in the Bag. And the purpose of this activity is to take the knowledge that we now know about germination in different parts of the seed, and we can start to see it in action by planting our own seeds and being able to track their growth that you'll be able to see through this plastic bag. So we're going to start with grabbing your plastic bag and taking the cotton balls out of it. Then there are markers in your kits that you can use to draw a line down the middle, and on one side write P for pea seed, and on the other side write radish for radish seed. So I already went ahead and did that. Then next you're going to grab your little packet of seeds and your seed identification list. So we're just focused on peas and radishes right now, and you can use this list to help you find which seeds in here are peas and which ones are radishes. So you want to take some of those out of the bag. Alright, so here's a closer look where we have, as you can see, pea and radish written on each side of the bag, and we picked out our pea seeds and our radish seeds. Next we're going to grab our cotton balls, and you can either dip them in water, run them under the sink, or spray them with the spray bottle. Just kind of get them damp, squeeze them out pretty gently. So then you're going to take your damp cotton balls and put them inside your plastic baggie. You want to have 3 on each side. Just like that. Then we're going to start with peas. You grab your pea seeds, and we're going to sprinkle them on top of the cotton balls in front of the damp cotton balls as best as we can. And try to keep them on their side over here. Like Jay said, we want them to have enough moisture, air, in this case, to grow. And then we're going to do the same for the other side with the radishes. So I grabbed just about 5 or 6 radish seeds and kind of stick them on the cotton ball to make sure they get enough water. And again, try to keep them on their side. So it kind of looks like that. And then finally, as Jay also mentioned, the seeds need air to help them grow as well. So we're gonna blow a little bit of air into our baggie before we seal it on the top. So just like, all right, so another condition is sunlight. So as best as you can, find a sunny window, and we're gonna tape your germination in a bag to the window. Grab it like that, grab your tape. You use a few pieces. That looks like it's pretty secure. We also want the seeds facing up towards the light too, so they are able to absorb that sunlight.
What you want to do is you want to put on your garden gloves because we're going to get a little messy with the soil. And then you want to grab your brown paper bag so it can kind of catch the dirt that you're putting in your planters or your pots. So I'm just going to lay it out the long way, and then I'm going to take 2 saucers and then take my 2 square pots and put them on each of the saucers. So now what we're going to do next is fill it with soil. So grab your bag of soil. You can use a Dixie cup, but I'm going to use my hands. So it's up to you. And you're just going to fill it, or you can grab the pot and fill it. But you want to fill it to the first lip of the square pot. So let me just grab another handful. So yep, it's to the first lip of the pot. Now what you want to do is you want to get out your pea seeds and your radish seeds. So the pea seeds are the big green ones, obviously, and then the radish are the tiny red ones. So we're just gonna, it might disperse. So I'm just gonna separate the peas from the radish seeds. You can't really see them because they blend in with the paper. So my first pot, I'm gonna put peas. So I'm gonna take my index finger and just stick it to like the first indent in my pot. So I have 3 pea seeds. So I'm gonna do it 3 times. So I'm gonna take those peas and then put them in these holes that I made, and then we're gonna cover them up with soil. And then I'm gonna take a marker, and for the peas, this should say pea. And then you would stick that in there so you know what your pea pot is. And now we're gonna move over to our radishes. So I have a couple seeds, let's just do 4. So I'm gonna do it 4 times, stick my finger in there to the first indent. And then put 1 seed in each. They're a little bit tiny, so it may be a challenge. But radishes grow pretty fast, so you'll see them probably sprouting first. Here's another radish seed. And then I'm just gonna cover them up. Put my plant marker in there for radishes. And now we're just gonna water both of them with the spray bottle. So just like maybe 6 or 7 times. Or 8, that's about 8 times. So yeah, now we're gonna move on to the pepper, or transplanting the pepper pot. So we're just gonna move these to the side. You need the 3rd saucer, and then your round 6-inch pot. Then, so you're gonna first put the pot on the saucer, because yeah, these saucers are to catch the water so they don't drain on your windowsill or wherever you decide to put them. So first we're gonna fill it halfway up with soil. So I'm just gonna take it, put it in the bag, fill it up about halfway, and then let's put a little bit more. There we go. And then I'm gonna grab the pepper plant and we're gonna transplant it in here. But the first thing we wanna do is kind of loosen up the soil so we can get it out easier. So you just wanna kind of grab the sides until you see that the soil is separated from the outside edges or not as attached. And then you grab it on its side and lift it out the pot. It's gonna get a lot of soil here. Just move that to the side. And then you can see the roots at the bottom, but we want the roots to be able to grow down. So we're gonna loosen up the soil and the roots. So you're just gonna grab it from the bottom and just loosen up the soil. You're gonna make a little bit of a mess. Probably do it over the pot. That's probably best. And then we're gonna situate it in the pot. So yeah, just make sure the roots are facing downward. So now that you have that in there, we're going to add a little bit more soil. I'm just going to put a handful more soil to fill it up to the top. Yeah, that's going to be a lot of soil. There we go. So now you transplant your pepper pot, and yeah, we're just gonna water it. So just again about 10 sprays or so. Maybe a little bit more for this one because it's a little bit bigger. You want to make sure it gets to the roots because the roots are deep in there. So planted our pepper.
To access more resources and information about plants and germination, use the website Edmodo. Here, under the Library tab, you will find fun activities like coloring sheets and infographics that can help you learn about plant care. So click this tab and it will bring you to additional resources. They will all be organized according to topic and week. So for now, click Week 1 Germination for the associated resources. They should all download in a PDF format so you can view them online or print them off if you wish. For an example, this infographic has some tips on how to take care of each of the plants you are growing. The more of these activities and plant journals, which I'll get into, that you complete, the higher your reward gift will be. Make sure you are tracking your plant's growth daily and using these extra materials in order to get this surprise. Your plant journal, which you have copies of in your box, can be an important project. It's extremely important to listen to what your plant is telling you, such as whether it may need more water or sunlight. By looking at the infographics in the library on Edmodo, you will have a better idea of what to do. The plant journal can help you track your seeds' growth and may give you a better idea of what your plant may need. I've highlighted a place you can draw what your plant looks like. Observing them and documenting their growth like this may help you understand what they need. As you can see, there are already some questions, but feel free to write whatever you think is important. After writing plant journals, you may have questions about growing your plants. Feel free to message either Maddie, Marley, or Jay on Edmodo with any questions you may have. By using this important tool, you will be able to see how your plants have grown throughout the summer and may be surprised by just how much they change.